Hey guys, and we are back for another episode of making Antivirus version 2. And if you watched the last episode, not very many people did, but if you did, you would have known that we had an issue when we signed off. Now, the quite simple thing was we were missing this. Now, why does that make a lot of difference? Well, when you're scanning a folder and you're told that it's not a folder, it won't scan a folder very well. So what we're going to do is we're going to fire both of these up quickly. We're just going to show you that the scanning of the folder is now working. So we are going to first move that out of the way. Second, close this because I want to open a folder. So if I put this here and I move, oh, don't do that. Move this slightly that way. We should be able to pick ourselves a folder from the desktop. Like here. And we're going to select our YouTube folder. And as you can now see, there's now a slash there. Happy days. So if we click scan, it's going to hold, it's going to tell us how many files are there, and then it's going to complete the scan. Now, something did go critically wrong there, because I put a halt in the middle of the scan object feature and it never got called. So we're going to have to deal with that today. So we call scanning folder. So we're going to have to chase that function and see what has gone wrong and where. Well, it's not in this one. So here's scanning folder, and that's the reason it doesn't work. Now, if I remember, we called it scan object. So we're going to have to update this like so. And I'm surprised it's not crying. That's because I'm still running. There you go, it's crying now. So we're going to have to come up here and we're going to have to declare our scan underscore engine underscore object. Like so. And now we should be able to scan the files. Now you don't need to recompile the client to do this. In fact, I'm still leaving it running from the last session. Why have we got an error? Out of memory. That's never a good sign. Have we got a looping redeclare? So what you can get in programming languages is if you declare something more than once, or if you use the form of the one that you're trying to call, or there's a loop. There you go, there's a loop. So if you move it down into implementation, it gets compiled at a separate time and it will bypass your loop. Oh god, I've got to fix that. Right, so we're going to scan the same folder, and we can see now that we get our halt called, so we're going to untack our halt and hopefully press continue, and we can now see that we're now flying through our files. We do have an issue. Objects detected is, for some reason, is the other half of the string, but that's not hard to fix. I can see from here exactly why it's done it. There's a space in between these two, and all we need to do is simply send it back as a quotation, and it will bypass that issue. There you go. So when the space gets removed, it returns. We do have two detections, which is quite unexpected. And we do seem to have had a strange error exit without it finishing properly. So we'll have to dig through this quickly and look for anything that says exit. We don't have any exits, which is okay. Maybe we do. If the file is too big. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to quickly fix the first issue. So all you need to do is add this. As we don't use, I don't think we use this version, I think we use object. Yeah, so we use object. We use the this version. So by adding them to this version, it's not going to change anything. It's always good to check. So we're going to scan the same directory again, and we should see now that we don't get the annoying. There you go. They're all holding in the right place. Somewhat. It starts to fly along. It gets to something heavy and it stops for a second. The heavier the file, the longer it takes to hex anywhere scan, because it has to then look through the entire file for that hex string, which in some cases is great and in some cases is not. When you're detecting cryptors or packers, looking for a hex string halfway through the bunch is a good idea. Now, once again, we seem to have strangely exited at 102. And I can guess why. Because it can't open this file. We are not currently checking to see if we can open the file. Right. So this is in the wrong place. And probably the bit above it as well. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to open the file here to get the file size. Now that will cause it to crash because we can't open the file if we are the running the file. So what we're going to do is we're going to stick the if we can't open above it, and then it should call the I can't open the file, and then it should drop the thread out one side. So drag this back over here, and we're just going to hit scan again, and it should reset all the settings, and we instantly got scan complete. That's peculiar. We only moved these 3 lines of code. We didn't move anything else. So we get the length. Is the that's why. This is the length of the signature. Why are we checking the length of the signature? Yeah, I don't know why we're doing that. I can't remember. Yeah, I don't know. So if we hit scan and we move this over here, we can see it halted. And we can see that it hasn't exited yet. We have hit one of our break lines. So if we take these back out, hit go, we're going to get a break issue. Could not open file path was, which is us, which we should be able to hop that, which we can. Oh, but the thread exited anyway. Right, so we're going to have to do some work on this whole exit. Can we open? Doodad. So by default we set it to false. If the file is yeah. So what we need to do is we need to change this to, I believe it's shared. Shared open. Can't remember the exact. I don't think we use it anywhere else. There is a method of calling it so it's a shared open. Share. So you just got to put share in the middle. Oh, there isn't a share open. Right, I'm gonna have a look into that when this is over, and we're already at 10 minutes, so I'm gonna try and cut this episode slightly shorter so that we do not have too much to do. So that's it for today, guys. We managed to fix the scanning engine bug. A couple of other bugs. We found a line of code that doesn't really make any sense. Can't remember exactly why that's there. Okay, yeah, I can see why it's there. This shouldn't be there. It should be here. And that's because if the hash fails to open, we get 0, I think. And then if plus this, plus we get 0 back, which would equal 3. Well, you get nothing back from the hash. You'd get 1 back from here and 1 back from there, which makes it 2, so we exit. Yep. Okay, that has some purpose then. Nice to know. Right, guys, if you like this video, you know where that like button is. If you dislike this video, you know where the dislike button is. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And until next week. Hey guys, here is last week's episode, and here is something you might enjoy. Check it out.